After the Filipino in lane number 7, Batang Bakal. Side race and a sidebar race that the Filipinos are probably keeping an eye out on. There we go, he's overtaken the man who was in 5th position or in 6th position in Batang Bakal. So we had our first lapped swimmer already, and that was a sub 59 second lap. So yet again, the first 500 it was going around about 60 seconds. The next 500 he went about 59 seconds per 100 meters, and this final 500 he started the first 100 below 59 seconds, so he's paced himself to cut off a second at every 500 meter mark. Exactly what you're saying this morning. That's a perfect pacing from these swimmers.
Definitely, he's definitely descending it down as according to plan with every 300 to 400 meter block. Sometimes I think he's doing it by 500s. I think he's in a pretty good spot right now to get into the Olympics.
15:00:99, remember, is the time to qualify for the Olympic Games. He's got 400 meters left to achieve that, and maybe even dip below 15 minutes. Become the first Southeast Asian to dip below that magic mark. 300 meters left for when we won. Another 58-second lap for him. Prawira doing well. Glenn just lagging off. Woo Kim Son, who's just pulled slightly away from him now for that bronze medal position. Prawira, of course, led for 50 meters, and then nobody could smell this guy anymore after that. Couldn't even do anything about his toenails from then on, because when we won, he's just living on his own and is leading by half the full length, maybe even more. Probably looking at about like 35 meters his lead between him and Prawira, and then Woo Kim Son. Glenn has given good chase in the middle part of this race, but this race might be done. 200 meters to go for Nguyen Woo Kim Son, and a ticket to Tokyo perhaps in the 1500 meters freestyle. Another sub 59 second lap. Where does he get his energy from?
I have no idea. It's probably just a machine inside of him that keeps going.
Absolutely. This is where you wonder whether they are human after all. There is a drum beat inside of him that splits these times up after 100 meters. There is a drum beat that gives him the rhythm throughout this race to ensure that those strokes count, around about 72 strokes per minute, and those legs continue its kicks and its splashes, because it's amazing how he's managed to maintain that with his legs throughout. The bell goes, remember the time, 15:00:99. This is very possible, very, very possible, because he's been clocking sub 60 seconds in every 100 meters, and he needs a sub 60 seconds in his final 100 meters to become the first Southeast Asian to dip below 15 minutes in the 1500 meters freestyle. These two of Aflan and Woo Kim Son will probably crack their best times for sure. Aflan will crack his own national record, but still it wouldn't be enough to catch this boy, who is a real superstar now in long distance racing in all of Asia. Sun Yang probably can step aside, because this one is going to take over his crown, and take over his crown pretty easily. The leg speed has just increased in its velocity, so too the arm speed. Just that little bit more to go to dip below 15 minutes. 10 seconds to dip below 15 minutes. Can he get there? When we won, looking for a ticket to the Olympic Games. This is an amazing time. 14:58:14. Wow. What a swim. What a swimmer. When we won, every reason to celebrate. A new national record, a new SEA Games record. First Southeast Asian to dip below 15 minutes. And another Southeast Asian qualifies for the Olympic Games via the SEA Games. This time, when we won in the 1500 meters freestyle. Glenn has just finished in 4th position, and the Filipinos trying to egg on Alberto Batang Bakal. But it's all about this boy, isn't it? When we won. And here's the frightening prospect, Rowan. He is 17 years of age. He's still a teen. areas around the world when he competes, he still seeks permission. But in the pool, the seeking permission slips from him. Batang Bakal will get the roars from the home crowd, and the roars will be needed all around to assist the Filipino swimmers tonight. Well, they usually would stay, but I think the officials have told the swimmers to get off. Good up Glenn and Prawira to actually stay and congratulate Batang Bakal for this swim. Touching home finally, the Philippine national champion finishes strong, and will always have that customary round of applause. But this boy, what a swim that one was. And the amazing thing with that 14:58.14 is that he did it without anyone challenging him. He challenged the timer and the clock all by himself in his head.
I'm pretty sure Sun Yang will be tracking him now. We'll probably meet again in the Olympics next year.
Oh, Sun Yang, of course, doesn't swim the 1500 a lot these days. So we'll probably be looking at the next Asian Games, which is 2022 in China. Or maybe Sun Yang's forced to swim that one because it's in China. But if Sun Yang is going to vacate that position, there's only one swimmer in Asia who is ready to step up to the throne, and that's Wen Hui Huang. Look at those two times below that. Look at Glenn as well with a personal best.